surprise, they did stack. It's around 9:30ish p.m. here on Tuesday night. You wipe off the camera lens here. Yeah, so they stacked the Starship today. I just got back here about 20 minutes ago, and chatting with some of the photographers here. They're gathered together to just waiting for the road closure to open here. And that's the situation. That's the situation. Got a nice full moon out. Oh, it's a little bit past the full moon, so yep, that's what's going on. It's a little bit odd having some other photographers in the area, so normally I'm chatting freely without other people nearby. Let's see. Hey, Carl. Cool. Yep. Good evening. Good evening. Let's see. So they're probably checking on the launch site there just to see if everything's safe with the Starship stacked on the Booster 7. And the last time I was here was when there was that brush fire from the Starship 24 when they had it on Pad B, and there was a fire that came out this way. Let me know if the audio is good. I will say the number 55. Let me know if you have the, if you hear the number 55, say 55. See if the mic is working. This is a members only chat. I apologize for some of that. Good stuff, Carl. Nice, thank you. Good. We're good to go. Good to go. What else happened today? I got some timers for the plugs, so once I can kind of gauge when the sun's gonna set, and I'll be able to have the cameras shut off at that time, because I don't get good night stuff with the Nikon camera anyway, and that'll save the batteries for the next day until that point where I can get another marine battery or something like that, and then I have two. But I'm gonna try to put the other one in parallel, see if that'll work. But for now, I could use. It'd be good to have them shut off anyway, because I don't. I just got back around 9 o'clock tonight, and if I had it shut off at like 6:30 or 7, whenever it's sunset, that would have been a couple hours of power that would be saved. There are some apps that can control plugs too at Home Depot that I was looking at, but for now I'll just start with the basic plugs, and then later on I could get an app where I can shut it off from a distance. Once the important thing is over, I could have it shut off the cameras and computer, and then save the power. That's going to be like another. These are all things you'll need on a spacecraft, right? Be able to regulate the power and things like that. So it's kind of good practice for later on. I'll zoom out, get a shot of the roadblock here. Just zoom out here. That's about 2 miles away there. Got the moon, and to the right, we got the roadblock in effect here. I'm not so much set up for this location right now. Just a minute. There we go. That's a little bit better. Get the shot here to the right. We can take a look at the Mega Bay and the High Bay here. Here we go. Let me, I kind of want to spin around the tripod so I get a better use of it. I'm going to do something here with the tripod. All right. Here we go. Yeah, this is much better. And now I can raise up the camera rather than to mess around with the tripod itself. I'm going to put the tripod back down and I will adjust the camera. Nope. Okay. All right. Much better. That's a nice view, that's for sure. Here we go. Yeah, we have a, it's just slightly cool here tonight. We've got a nice moist breeze. I was in town all day today and my nose was pretty stuffed up, not because of what I was eating, but just because of the air, breathing in all that, a lot of vehicles in town. So it's nice to have this good air. I bought some cantaloupe and I'm going to be able to eat that tonight and maybe that'll clear up my nose. Maybe there's a drone up there too. We see some flashing. I don't know if that's on top of a building or what, but we see two kind of, oh, that's just a reflection. Here we go. You can see it moving when I move the tripod here. Okay, so we got a couple of reflections. Those aren't drones. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen Booster 8 move down the road here. But maybe there's something special for that too. We'll see. Have to see. So I didn't know there was a stacking today because I haven't been working, but I haven't been following. But I've been doing stuff. We did see the bond market spiked today to about 3.93 or something like that. So, and then I guess the central bankers bought it up, and then it went down. And then toward the end of the day, maybe they let it go just to see how high it would go, and it spiked up again. So it's pretty interesting. Maybe we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. But again, we are more than 4% now past the full moon, and we did see the decline, and we saw some of the bad news come out, and we got another 13, 14 days of bad news here before maybe the market will turn around. So it's kind of interesting how that happens. Like the crypto market did tank over 20% in the 3x tokens. So if you had sold and then bought back in, you made 10, 20%. It's pretty nice, there's a good chance it'll keep tanking. We still got another 14 days of bad news before the new moon. So I have some 3x bearish tokens as well, just in case the market does crash a lot more, with some auto sells at super high prices for those bear tokens in the event that they want to crash the market. So it's good if you know about puts and calls and stuff like that. It's a little bit safer when you can buy like an ETF or something, and just like a 3x ETF, and just not have to worry about a call, um, you know, losing your shirt on a call, or a put going in the wrong direction, So, I mean, or if you're in the VIX, if you're doing a VIX, the VIX will go up and down over history. So it's a good bet, even if you miss out on your direction on a VIX, that it will come back around eventually if you want to wait around. So yeah. VIX is volatility index. Volatility index. I think it was spiking yesterday, going up quite a bit. And apparently silver is a good bet. Maybe short term it's a bad bet. If the market tanks like it did in 2008, silver might go down as sub $10. So, but if you dollar cost average into silver, that's probably not a bad thing to do. Same thing with gold. Here's like a basic question. A lot of people don't know the value of an ounce of gold. So you could offer somebody, I will give you $1,000 or 1 ounce of gold. Which would you take? And people are like, no, I'll take the $1,000, man. That's so awesome. Not knowing that an ounce of gold is worth $1,700 at today's price here in the U.S. 2022 October. I'm not sure of the actual date today. Maybe 11th. I'm not sure. 11 or 12th, something like that. 2022. It's a Tuesday. So there's a disconnect when it comes to the actual prices of some of these things. But an ounce of gold is $1,700 today. Maybe if the market crashes, it'll go sub $1,000, but as it did in 2008. But it'll eventually go back up. So maybe even to 10. Apparently, people are saying it could go up to over $10,000, just because of all the printing they've done in the just all the printing they've done around the globe with the central bankers trying to destroy the different currencies. So, that they can bring in the new digital dollar. It is important to note that the majority of the U.S. fiat is in digital already. It's already in the USD. It's all numbers on a computer. So more than half of all the U.S. monetary supply is already electronic. So it's not like it's going to be a big shift. It's just the retail version of it so far. Yeah, we got credit cards and all that, but the actual settlement in digital. I mean, we use PayPal, credit cards, all that kind of stuff. But the settlement, bank accounts are all digital too. So, but the actual cash is a very small portion of the money supply. So we are already digital. It's just as far as taking it to the next step where you can open up your wallet and send your friend directly without any third-party intermediary a token of value. You can do that in the crypto area, but for it to be sanctioned FDIC digital token, that's another step forward. So we'll have to see. Maybe I'll put that in the center and do some zooming here. Just a minute. Hey, Jill. There we go. We have a road closure right now. There was a stacking of the Starship on top of the booster, and I'm here at the roadblock, and it's still closed. So rather than wait for the roadblock to open to go live. I just kind of went live from here at the roadblock. Hey, Jill. I made this a members only chat, Jill. That's why there's less chatting. Looks like there's some venting from the tank farm too. Look at that on the bottom left, right behind the booster 8 is we can see some venting of don't know what, kind of cool. If that's nitrogen, then it's really cool. I've been over there where they vent that liquid nitrogen, the nitrogen, and if you can stand in the fog, that nitrogen vapor, it's a nice cool feeling. You know, it's cooler than the surrounding air. Carl says there has been venting from the orbital tank farm. Good stuff. Good. Wow. You know, so maybe we'll see a cryo test of the whole vehicle. Maybe we'll get a road closure with some type of explosion warning kind of thing, and maybe they'll do a full static fire of the 33 Raptors with the Starship on top, everybody. That's going to be awesome. I don't know if they have to still do the spin prime test again or whatnot, you know. Maybe they'll have to go through all that again. Cool. Missed the stacking. You were, yep. I was in town, so I couldn't do the 8:30 show. And then when I got here, I found out that they'd stacked it, so. But the road closure is still in effect. I can't go home because the road closure is in effect. But, I mean, you know, because the location of the remote camera site, it looks like there's a drone over there moving away. You see that? It's not visible at the moment, but it was on the bottom left of the screen there. Interesting. Well, I don't have anything else to say. Okay, Carl says, last I saw the ship quick disconnect was still not attached. It was not attached to the booster with a Starship. Good, wow. Is that something they want to do? They want to attach the QD? And then maybe an update on the road closure. What does the Cameron County SpaceX site say for tonight? Was it extended, or because the road closures normally go to 8 p.m. and we're definitely past 8 now. Maybe it'll go to 10, huh? We're almost at 10. Maybe another 8 minutes till we get to 10. Sometimes they extend it even to 10:30 or even to 2 a.m. So no guarantee on anything here. That's for sure. What looks like happened today with the live stream was that we had some clouds here today, and I assume that the clouds overshadowed the solar panels. And since I only have one marine battery. Um, it lost power when it didn't have any sunlight coming in. So I wasn't able to log back in from a distance as I did. I think yesterday I was able to log in the middle of the day. So I think tomorrow we might get some rain too. So it might be another tough day as far as live streaming tomorrow. We'll see. Oh well, let me zoom out. We got a good shot here. Just a minute. There we go. Just a minute. Really nice shot of the moon here. Well, there's no clouds. That's kind of the main thing. There must be some smudge on the camera here. We're getting like a bifurcation. There we go. Maybe I can tilt it up a bit. Let me see. Anyway, I think some of the police lights here are shining off of the lens or something like that. I think it's worth noting that some of the larger space companies that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars have very few YouTube subscribers and they do very few YouTube videos. So I do not mind having fewer and fewer subscribers and fewer viewers because at the end of the day, it's the mission of the Ocean Camera Space Corp mission. And I don't need subscribers to get the mission accomplished. So it's helpful, it's nice, it's fun, but it's not required. So. Yeah, it is, Jill. This is somewhat of an odd time for a road closure, but it's kind of normal for as far as when something's happening. They're allowed to do it whenever they need to. Jill says they apparently had a first attempt in stacking at 1 a.m. this morning, but had some kind of issue, I guess. Then later we're removing foam bumper pieces from the chopsticks, I think. Both arms. Foam bumper pieces from the chopsticks. Where was the foam coming from, Jill? Was it some type of heat shield foam? Some people were saying, how are they going to get the tiles back onto the Starship, right, when it's stacked? They may have some type of lift that goes that high. I don't know. I think in the past I have seen them, with the lifts all the way up there at the connection between the booster and the Starship, so they can definitely reach that high. And they may even be able to reach to the top of the tower. I don't remember how high those aerial lifts can go, or what other options they have for attaching tiles to the Starship when it's up on top of the booster. But do you know if they can reach up that high with the aerial lifts to fix some of the tiles if they need to? They got to maybe get one of those robots to get up there and climb up the side of the Starship or something and attach them. Maybe they can use some drones to take one of those tiles and put some crazy glue on the bottom of it or something, and then fly it over to the spot, and then just have it place the tile in the correct position. That's something like that, and then maybe it tightens itself robotically or something. I don't know. So the tile, has some type of hinge so it'll lock into place. That might be cool. All right, there is a truck showing up with some fuel here at the roadblock. Carl says the foam bumpers were installed to protect the booster from metal to metal contact with the chopsticks when catching the booster. Oh wow. So there's some foam bumpers on the chopsticks, huh, to protect the booster for when they catch it, huh? That's cool. Yeah, there was a trucker didn't know there was a road closure. He's showing up here at the roadblock, and I guess not able to go through yet. We'll see if he gets permission or not. But he's talking with the sheriff right now. Jill says the foam blocks were intended to be a buffer and are on the catch arms and seem to interfere with the alignment pins. Oh wow. The foam was getting in the way of the alignment. Wow. Oh, I'm tired, man. I am tired. Long day. Carl says the foam was removed because the lift pins couldn't engage the Starship correctly while the bumpers were in place. Wow. Well, it's a good to figure out all the stuff now, right? This is what it's all a big test. I mean, if this Starship booster actually launches and does what what they intended to do, that's going to be a major breakthrough, and they're going to ramp up a lot of different things because right now they're still in the testing phase. But if they get that success, just like they did when they had Starship 16, and then they skipped a bunch of Starships because they didn't need to do those tests anymore. If this thing launches and goes to Hawaii, that's going to be a world-changing event, and a world-changing event for SpaceX as well. They will no longer have the speculation of whether it will launch, whether it'll go suborbital. I think it's going to have orbital speed, but be suborbital. So that's going to be a big turning point, and maybe they'll start putting a lot more money into this, or other people will invest more, knowing that the thing can launch and not blow up, etc. So yeah, once we see that happen, they've been, at least for the last since I got here in March 2021, this is what they've been shooting for, trying to get to this point. So I mean, they were also trying to stick the landing, so they did that later in May of 2021. But after that May point, they've been shooting for this almost to this time where they can do a successful launch. Okay, Jill says, I'm not sure if they removed all the bumper blocks, but they couldn't seem to lift Starship 24 to stack it. So I'm assuming since they did the stacking, they fixed the problem. Ah, wow, that's cool. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, this tanker's just sitting here at the roadblock, and maybe they told him it's maybe going to be not so long, so he's just sitting there at the roadblock. 10:04 p.m. Good stuff. No, it's gonna be good to go to sleep tonight. That's for sure. Yeah, so the purpose of Ocean Camera Space Corp is to video the liquid oceans on every moon, planet, asteroid in the solar system. So to take video of all the liquid oceans in the solar system, and to harvest the water. I mean, to collect it and put it, store it, so that we can sell it to people who want it and need it, so they can sustain human life in space. In space. In space. In space. Yeah. Okay. There's also another thing I could chat about. There's a domain. There's a something called Embryo Space, and I did buy the domain embryospace.com. And if you look up, if you do a YouTube Wikipedia search for embryo space, it comes out with a lot of interesting, cool stuff. And so I'm going to be chatting with some attorneys probably toward the end of this month. That's what we were initially talking about. I submitted the talking points that I was talking about that I was going to be putting together. So I did submit a couple page thing for us to chat about with those attorneys last night. So that was completed. It looks awesome. But if I need to, if they okay, so a lot of, if you're in the corporation type business type thing, if you have a business and it's incorporated or you're thinking to get a C corp or an S corp, a lot of investors like to invest in things that are based out of Washington, Baltimore, Washington, Washington D.C. Because of the way the courts work over there. You know, it's a little bit more streamlined. So you'll find that SpaceX and Tesla are based out of. Well, I can't vouch for SpaceX, but Tesla is based out of Washington D.C. and many other companies are based out of there. So they have like an agent that acts for them and collects the mail and everything else out of DC. So so I may incorporate either OceanCam or Embryo Space out of Washington D.C. if I need to, if that's recommended by the attorneys. I've chatted with others. One of the benefits of having a corporation here in Texas is that you can set the par value of the stock. That means the minimum sale and purchase price of the stock. You can set it in Texas. You can't do that in DC. So that could be a major point for not doing the DC thing and just keep the origin here in Texas. But apparently the Chinese have done some type of embryo stuff in space, and so there's a video from several years ago of over the last 6 years. There's been a bunch of stuff happening with those two terms, and I did do a corporation name search, and that name is available. So that includes robotics and all types of stuff to colonize different parts of the universe with different genetic material from humans to for it to self um, um, assemble and to I don't know if that's something I want to do, but it's definitely a lot of very interesting stuff, and it could easily fit into the OceanCam mission. So, and it could draw a lot of people. It could build itself pretty much. So, I may do that. I may do that. Incorporate that company name over there in DC, and have OceanCam be a majority owner of that corporation. And okay, catching up on the chat here. Let me see. Jill says, okay. Okay, let me even go back further. Let me see. Carl says they removed 3 blocks from each side. Okay, that's cool. Okay, good stuff. And let me see. Jill says, I saw Starship 24 sitting close by the catch arms while they were working on them. Okay, so they were working on catch arms and the Starship was not in the arms yet. I gotcha. Saw Starship 24 sitting close by the catch arms while they were working on them. The foam blocks, while they were working on the foam blocks. And it was sometime after that it was lifted. That's cool. So did they extract the Starship from the arms of the catch arms while that happened? Okay, they just opened the road. All right, everybody. Let me finish up this chat here, but they did just open the road. So Carl says, Jill says, that's correct. They left the last 2 out of that 5 that were on each arm. So great. I'm gonna go to the remote camera site. I'm gonna turn off the computer, then I'll go back out to the launch site. I think that's the better way to do it. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna be at the launch site, so I'll just go. It's kind of a toss-up. I'm thinking about saving power on the solar setup, but it'd probably be 20 minutes at the launch site with a live stream. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be at the launch site in about 30 minutes. Yeah, the road closure was for the stacking, just in case it probably fell or something like that. I'm gonna go turn off the computer at the remote camera site. Then I'll make my way out to the launch site and do a live stream from there tonight. So maybe in about 30 minutes from now, I'll do that stream. All right, Jill, nice to chat with you, and Carl West, good stuff. Good stuff. We're going to get some good shots tonight probably, and see you soon. Thanks. Paul Micro signing out. Ocean Camera Space Corp.